All right, guys. Today we have a little bit of an endurance workout. Go ahead and head through the warm-up that we've been doing, the standing one with the activation and stuff like that. It's great. We'll change warm-ups here probably in the middle of this week or next week, something like that. But stick with that one for the moment. Today we have two 20-minute AMRAPs. Okay, AMRAP means as many rounds as possible. And the rounders, right? It's 5 movements each. We're going to go through 5 movements, just run down the list for 20 minutes, give you 5 minutes of rest, and then we're going to hit another 20 minutes, 5 different exercises. Actually, before I go into that, real quick, I want to mention my shirt. I don't know if you guys have noticed the last few shirts I've got. I ordered some new ones, stuff like this. They're a riot. The company's called Flex Comics. If you guys are nerdy like I am and dig into any of the sci-fi or comic books, Marvel, any of that sort of stuff, this guy does a really great job of combining that stuff with workout stuff. I don't know, it's you just have to check it out. It's a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, go check out his stuff. I love his shirts. Of course, minus the Steel Panther shirt I was wearing the other day. I made sure to hashtag that as well because Steel Panther rocks. But anyway, moving on. Okay, 20-minute AMRAP. So you'll need a couple of items today to make this work. I have a couple of things. I have a medicine ball here. It's just a 10-pound medicine ball. I also have a sandbag. You can use a backpack filled with stuff like we talked about from before. You can use a large laundry jug that's full. Anything that has some weight to it that you can hang on to. And I'll talk you through these movements here. The first movement we have is what we call a head cutter. We lovingly call it a head cutter. It's a long story, but basically it's a clean and press movement. I'll show you with the slam ball here. So with the slam ball, it's not very heavy, but irrelevant. It's kind of not the point. The point is we're going to, from our top end here, we're just going to reach down and forward. We're going to drop forward into our RDL position or deadlift position. So our starting position is here. No need to touch all the way down to the floor unless you're nice and flexible and can actually reach that far. But then from there, we're going to pull up, we're going to toss it, we're going to catch it in a tall position or a front squat position. We're going to drop down all the way down the bottom of the squat. We're going to reach up overhead, bring it back and down and touch, right? So down, up, catch, squat and press, and so on. Boom. Right? The way that would work with a bag, this bag has nice handles on it. You don't have to use the handles. You can actually hang on to it if you prefer. Right? You just hang on to the bag just by grip here. Same thing. So down, up, catch it, squat, press, and so on. Cool. Movement number 1. Movement number 2 is a push-up with a kick in. We've done this one before earlier in the week. Earlier in the program. But push-up position. From here we'll do our push-up, kick the feet in, kick the feet back out, push-up, kick in, back out, and so on. Cool, that's movement number 2. Movement number 3 is what we call knee dips. It is a iso squat position, wide position, dropping one knee down towards the floor, backing up, down towards the floor. That's 2, 3, 4, and so on. Then we have a bent over row with your object, again, in this case a bag. Hold them inside of here, drop forward, pull them all the way up and out and back. Think of the movement not like you're trying to pull your hands to your chest. Otherwise what you'll do is you'll actually flare your elbows out. Instead, think of it like you're trying to pull your shoulders back in together, pull your elbows back like you're trying to touch your elbows together behind your back. That'll give you a better position. Cool? And for our grand finale on this, hopefully you can see that in the screen. We have our bag, our object, whatever that is, kettlebell, laundry soap, whatever that is. We're gonna get in a tall plank position or the top of a push-up position. We're gonna reach underneath of us, grab the object, pull it through, change our hands, reach through, pull it through, and so on. We have 20 of those as well. And that's 1, 2, 3, and so on. So tall plank position, draw the bag through, right? Draw the bag through. Try not to allow your position to change as far as your hips are concerned. Try and keep that nice and stable and flat. Cool? So again, it's a 20-minute AMRAP, 10 head cutters, 15 push-ups with the kick in, 20 knee dips, that's 1, 2, 3, and so on, 20 bent over rows, and then 20 of those pull-throughs, 1, 2, 3, and so on. After 20 minutes, you have 5 minutes of rest. Our next 20 minutes, we'll take our same object, whatever that is, in this case our slam ball. We have a reverse lunge and we have a rotation, right? A weighted rotation. So we're actually gonna rotate towards our front leg. So we're gonna hold this guy out nice and long in front of us. As we step out to the side, we're gonna rotate, up and away, back and rotate and so on. Now you'll notice that most of my rotation, or all my rotation, is coming through my midsection through here. I'm not allowing myself to actually rotate and pitch forward. I'm not changing that into an oblong position. I'm trying to change that into a long rotation. Cool? So again, as I'm dropping forward, I'm rotating upside here, and so on. We have 20 of those guys, 20 mountain climbers. We've talked about those numerous times. Tall push-up position, foot comes all the way up to the outside, foot comes up to your hand, backing out, and so on. Keep your tush low. Try not to bounce that rear end way up high or anything like that. So for my tall push-up position, foot comes all the way up, back stays down, boom, 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 and so on. We have 20 of those, followed by 20 lateral lunges. Lateral lunges are the old-fashioned, right? So step out, lunge, backing up, step out, lunge, and up, and so on. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now the next one, we call it a YWT. So we're gonna lay down prone on the floor, face down. We're gonna grab a hold of soup cans, light dumbbells, anything we can get our hands on. We're gonna raise them up off the floor, so we're in a long position. This is a Y position. We're gonna lower it to a W position, elevate it into a T position. You'll notice that my thumbs are facing down towards the floor then, if I'm face down. Then we're gonna pull them back to the W, back out to the T. That's 1 rep. We're gonna do 5 of those. So down, out, up, 2, down, out, up is 3, and so on. I've got little 5-pound dumbbells here. From that bottom position, hopefully you can see that from there. Tall, W, T, W, Y. 1, out, up, and up, 2, and so on. Cool? 5 of those. And then last but not least, we have a plank with an outside rotation. That what we're looking for is a lot of T-spine mobility, right? Again, it's one of the big things that we're lacking in as human beings anymore from life like this. So in the earlier one, we were reaching in and pulling across. Now we're going from neutral and spreading out, right? So again, keeping our hips stable to the floor, keeping our feet flat. While a wide foot position. From here, I'm reaching up and out. My hips aren't moving, right? Up and out, my hips aren't moving, right? I'll turn to the side here so you can see that again, right? Up and out, back and down, up and out, back and down. And we have 20 of those. Cool? So those are your 5 movements, 20 of each, and 20 minutes of that. Cool? It's a nice endurance workout. You guys will have a blast. See you tomorrow.